Okay, these are the Viola puppies. I'm starting with the girls. This is the biggest dark apricot or light red. She has the most ripply coat, so the curliest coat out of the dark apricots. I don't see any white on these girls. It's hard to tell at this very moment, but I'm not seeing any white on them at all. I'll show you all four paws here. I'm not seeing any white. Show you her face. There's her little face. Hi. And then I'll show you her underside, which I don't see any white there. There's her underside. And I'll lift up her neck here so you can see her chest. See, it's pretty solid. I'm not seeing any white there. But this is the biggest of the dark apricots of the girls. Okay, this is girl number 2. You can see she's not as ripply, but she is also curly. She is a curly. She's slightly smaller. I did not see white on her either. We can go over that as well. See her paws. I'll show you her chest here. See, I'm not seeing any white. Here's her face. And then I'll show you her underside. There's her underside. So that's girl 2. She is slightly smaller. They're about the same color. Slightly less ripple, but again, she's curly. So as the coat comes in, it will curl. Okay. Okay, this is girl 3. She is the lightest of the 3 apricots. She again is pretty ripply. You can see in her coat. I'm not sure about the white on this one because when they're this light, it's kind of hard to see, make out white. It starts to come in as the coat starts to come in. See, there might be a little bit of white there. It's kind of hard to see on her feet. It looks like she might have a little bit of white there. Her paws are a little lighter. Can I see your front foot? There's her front foot. Here's her face. Her nose is already black, so we know she's got black points. Here's her tip tail. Here's her chest. Looks like she might have some white there. And then I'll get her outer side here. Yeah, looks like she's got some white there. There's her underside. Looks like she's got a little bit of white on her chest. This is the lightest of the 3 apricot girls. This is the cream girl. She's got a smoother coat. This will be fleece, so it will curl out. They start off flat and then they go fleece. It's very soft. It's kind of hard to see in this light, but it's a shinier coat. Here's her face. It's hard to see on this color if she's got white and won't be able to see until her coat starts to come in because this is a really light cream. She's like a really light apricot cream color. So it's kind of hard to make out if there's any white. Let's see her chest here. There's her chest. She looks pretty solid. And let's do her underside. There's her underside. She's got a brown nose. So she'll be liver point. Okay, that's the cream girl. Again, let's do her cute little face again. There's her face. This is fleece. So the fleece is a soft, curly coat. Again, non-shedding. And this is the final girl. This is the brown girl. Again, she looks like she's going to be fleece. Pretty sure she's solid brown too. Let's see her face here. Here's her face. Oh, I see a little white on her chin. Never mind. She's got that little tiny. That's going to disappear. See, she's got a little bit of white on her chest there too. But no white on her feet that I saw. No white. See all 4 feet there. Oh, she's got a white toe back there. See her little tiny white toe? No tip, white tail. And then I'll get her underside right now. So there's her underside. She does have a little white stripe on her chest. And then she's got that teeny little bit of white on her chin there. The camera's barely picking that up. You see her couple little hairs of white there. There's her face. This is the brown girl. Okay, and now I'll be moving to boys. Okay, this is boy 1. He is the smallest of the litter. He's very unusual looking. I have a feeling he's gonna darken up. He's got such different marbling of color in his fur. I'm sure you can see it. I almost thought he was a marbled party, but I think he's just got a dark undercoat, which is telling me he's going to darken up. Because see how dark his head is? He's got white on his face. He does have a white spot on his head there, and then the white spot on his nose. He's got white on his chest. You see a little white patch on his neck there. I think he does have a little bit of white on his chest. It's kind of hard to see, but he's got such a dark undercoat. I'm pretty sure he's going to darken up as he grows because he's just so marbled. So very different color. I think he does have a tip white tail. Does look to be tip white. Again, it's very deceiving because of how marbled he looks. He's got like white tipping but dark undercoat. So he's very unique looking. So he will likely continue to change color. I'm going to guess he's an apricot. He'll darken up to an apricot. He's just got a very unique color to him. He's got white toes there. White toes there. He looks like he might have some white toes there. Possibly there too. Let's get his underside there. Big white chest. Look at that. Big white chest. I'll get his face again. There's his face. He is the smallest out of all of them. Okay. Okay, this is the brown party boy. He's got lots of marbling all through his body. Lots of patchwork. Again, half of his tail is white. He's got the big patch there. His legs are white all the way down. Front legs are white, both sides. The big collar, white collar. His head is brown. He's got a little bit of white on his face there. His chin is white. Big white chest. Here's his face. Let me get his face real good for you there. There's his face. You can see he's got like a white cheek, a white chin. And then I'll flip him over. Big white underbelly. Everything's white under there. His tongue. So this is the brown party again. You can see all his white everywhere. So he's really well marbled. There's his backside. And that's the brown party boy. Okay, this is boy 3. He's a red or very, very dark apricot. Some of these will continue to darken as they grow because dad is red. So they start out a little light, and as their coat comes in, they get darker. This one at this moment looks like he might have a brown nose. It's hard to say at this very, very moment. It's kind of light. It looks a little brown, but she's had some, Quill has thrown us some in the past that it's been questionable and they've kind of spotted out later. But he looks like he might have a little bit of white on the tips of his toes there. I know. I took him off while he was nursing. He had milk all over his mouth. I just cleaned it. Well, he might have a little bit of white on those tips there. I'll show you his underside. Here, let me show you his face real quick. There's his face. His nose does look brown, but I've seen some of them that look like that and then go dark. So we'll have to watch and see. See, he still has a little bit of milk on his mouth. He had a lot. Here's his chest. And then I'll show you his underside here. There's his underside. Okay, so that's the dark apricot / red boy 1. We've got another one we're going to show right now. Okay, this is apricot number 2. You can see he's a bit curlier. He is a smidgen lighter, so I would definitely say he's more of an apricot. There's no white there. Doesn't look like there's white there. He's got white on this foot here, you can see. There's white there. Possibly some white there. Let's see his face. There's his face. He already has a black nose. Look at that face. Oh my goodness. Here's his chest. And then I'll flip him over. There's his underside. I don't see very much white there. There's no white. So he's got the one pretty good white foot there. But that's the apricot boy. Again, he's curly. Okay, and last but definitely not least, the black boy. He is pretty much all black. He's got a little bit of white on his chest. I don't think he has any white on his feet here. There's his tail. Let's get his face. There's his face. He's got a little bit of white on his chin there. Here's his chest. You can see that little tiny white stripe down there. When I flip him over, you'll see it. There's his white little stripe on his chest, but there's his underside. So he's pretty much all black. Just a teeny tiny bit of white. That will likely disappear as his hair grows in. But this is the black boy. Here's his backside. Again, the fleece coats are non-shedding. It does curl. It starts out flat and then starts to flip and goes curly. This is a non-shedding, allergy-friendly coat type. So all of Viola's puppies will be non-shedding, allergy-friendly coats. These are standards. And that's it. So this is the last one. Okay, bye.